you know that older people actually use supplements more than younger people? A survey showed that 70% of the people over 70 actually use more supplements than the younger people. Supplements are anything that helps you improve your health. It's not just like muscles, it's anything that like your body like improves you. Protein's a major one. It's like the one that helps build the most muscle. You kind of need proteins in like all your food, so you need it to keep your weight and all that stuff with your health. Creatine, there's a lot of controversy between creatine. A lot of people think that it's a cheat or it's horrible for your health and it can harm you, but there's a lot of facts that show that it's not. Creatine comes from an animal product like meat and fish, so it's kind of just natural. So it's not really that bad for you. Sometimes if you take it in large amounts, like way too much, then it can harm you because it gets into your kidneys and all that stuff. So it's obviously not going to be good for you if you have that much creatine in your body. The skeletal muscle contains 95% of all creatine, so that's just kind of another thing that shows that it's already in your body. The heart, brain, and tests hold the remaining 5%, so it's just kind of explaining why you need creatine. Creatine is derived from the amino acids glycogen, arginine, and methionine, which your glycogen isn't really a part of the creatine. When you use anaerobic exercise or aerobic exercise, you use the glycogen to perform for your muscles, and when you do anaerobics, it's more of your creatine and stuff, which is your like lifting and sports and stuff. And which one of those is sprinting, jumping, weightlifting, or playing sports is all part of anaerobic. Your aerobics like jogging, which you use your glycogen. Today, one of the Jose Antonio is a doctor. He did a lot of research on it that I saw. And one of his things is, to date, creatine is clearly the single most effective dietary supplement for enhancing gains in anaerobic performance as well as increasing lean body mass and muscle fiber size. And that just kind of explains part of it. Some of the research shows that the creatine benefits, there's a lot of them. Increased fat, free mass, improve maximum strength, improved muscular endurance, increased anaerobic power and performance, increased hydration in extreme outdoor conditions. That's just, it not only helps just your muscles. A lot of people say it just like adds water to your muscles, which it doesn't. It actually helps produce more muscle and helps you keep endurance up. Another one, like another supplement that a lot of people think is bad for you is pre-workouts. And there's a lot of different pre-workouts, so you can't just say it's on one. But a lot of pre-workouts actually have creatine in it, which is a good thing because creatine actually helps you in your endurance and stuff. But that's the main product in most pre-workouts. Another pre-workout ingredient is nitric oxide, which nitric oxide helps your endurance too. It helps you keep going and helps build your fiber and muscles. So that's another good thing about pre-workout. The only thing bad about pre-workout is when people aren't smart about it and they take way too much that isn't needed. Sometimes people overdo it. It's just kind of like an energy drink. If you overdo it, you're obviously going to have problems with your heart and other kidneys and everything that goes along with it. It's just like the energy drinks that everyone says is bad. But if you take it in small amounts, it's perfectly fine. The pre-workouts help bring the fluid to your muscles. The blood rushes faster, so you kind of get a pump better, but it also helps your strength. Some pre-workouts are made for different things. You can go either, a lot of pre-workouts you can get that are just for the pump, and it just, when you lift, it helps the blood rush to it, so it makes it feel like your skin's tight and all that blood rushing to it, so it just kind of feels like you're flexing all the time. But another pre-workout's just to kind of keep your endurance up, kind of like an energy drink for your muscles. And another thing is the pre-workout kind of has its good effects on the fact that you can keep your like if you just go in there in the mornings and lift, you're not going to be able to do as much. But if you have pre-workout, you can usually get woken up and finish your workout with the full effect. And this is actually creatine, like just pure creatine, and it just has like 5 grams of creatine per teaspoon. So it gives like the supplements give your like how much of everything is protein. Sometimes protein they kind of over exaggerate how much you should use, so you kind of have to be careful. But because you can always have too much protein in your body, which is everyone might think it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because you can have way too much protein. And a lot of people don't realize that a lot of older people take protein and like other supplements because they're protein deficient, which means they don't get enough protein in their diet, so they kind of have to. And a lot of people don't realize that vitamins and stuff, like vitamin D, vitamin E, vitamin K, all those, and like iron and zinc and all those vitamins stuff are actually part of supplements. So a lot of people take supplements that they just don't realize it. But all the supplements are doing is to help improve your health. And I think the only reason that people think it might be bad is just because of the people that overtake it. But if you know your research on it, and if you know how much you should take a day, then you should be good. But a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of the older people take more supplements than the younger people. It just depends on their diet and if they need it in their diet or not. But all the supplements are increasing your amount of daily intake that you get of those supplements.